all talk about AI and we all know how important the data is or the research information which we get in any kind of AI implementations. So, at what do you see coming in that data? How much do you see aspects of bias baked in or lack of data baked in the information you gather or you get? get?
Now, as a scientist, I use a lot of art-based interventions because you have to use a different part of your brain when you're answering things verbally, and you're really allowing yourself some social desirability bias. And this is kind of what we're going to talk about. You know what it is that you want to say in order to be perceived a certain way, and you're not necessarily always being as honest or open about what your challenges are. And when you draw it, you're not as used to lying with that part of your brain. So whether you're doing it to make people comfortable or not, we often get more authentic responses. So we are so new as a species. And
Yeah,
our civilization as we know it is so new in this iteration that there's a lot of things we're still figuring out about each other, but we have sort of echoes of the past that continue to influence the way the way we eat, the way we participate, the way we use healthcare. And so I'm a conceptual theorist, which means I do a very 30,000-foot view on problems and problems slash challenges. What it really means is that a lot of people use existing theory to establish how they're going to approach a situation, right? They'll look at like the stages of change, or they'll look at like the socio-ecological model. And I think that's great. What I do is I sort of have an awareness of existing models, but I interact with the zeitgeist, current trends, and I'm able to use those observations and secular events, right? The nuances of how people interact with each other in set environments to do targeted problem solving. So we're not doing abstract theory in healthcare systems. We're saying right now, with who, for what problem, in this contextual moral environment, what's actually happening. And so this is the opposite of building the plane when you fly it. I've said that before to Lori. We make a lot of foundational errors in how we approach things in the first two or three conversations we have with each other. And if we can be very open about our biases and whether or not we're actually bringing who we are to the table a little bit too much, or not admitting that we're, excluding ourselves from the table, we can avoid some big problems that become multi-billion-dollar problems in a
Mhm.
system that you can't iterate your way out of. If you have foundational misassumptions, you're in trouble. So that's basically what I do. And I think that correlates to the conversation and the questions you just had around AI,
Yeah.
right? We have people building systems who are moving as fast as they can. We're all designed to be nimble in this space. But pivots, no matter how many you do, can't correct foundational errors that are built into the system. And so a lot of what we see around the ethics of AI or inclusion in AI or biases in AI live with the fact that, we're not that old as a species.